Hi guys, Dane here and welcome to my November 2024 reading wrap-up.
Dane reads.
I've been very slow at reading this month. I only have one book to update you on so far, and that is the fantastic book of Everybody's Secrets by Sophie Hannah. Sophie Hannah is a crime/thriller writer. She's also known for continuing the Miss Marple books it was the Poirot books with permission from the Agatha Christie estate. The fantastic book of Everybody's Secrets is, I believe, her first short story collection. It's got an award-winning story to kick it off, which does have a cracking little twist at the end of it. It's a story about stalkers, which is done very, very well. And to be honest, the whole collection is great. There's lots of different kind of concepts there. It also does what I like in short story collections, where they don't always just have a very defined beginning, middle and end. Sometimes it's more about exploring the idea than actually about telling the story, which I like. Not everybody does. Some of these stories also have multiple ideas as well. So there's one, for example, where it follows this dude who works as an office grunt, and his part of the story follows the fact that he starts sending these really snarky, sarcastic emails at work, but trying to do so in such a way that he can pretend that he was innocent and that he wasn't trying to be snarky to his superiors. And then there's a little twist at the end there. But meanwhile, his wife has won a trip to Florida, I think, and she finds that none of the family members will agree to take care of their kids for the weekend. So she decides to advertise in a shop and this is a British shop, I think in a Tesco it said, to find a new family. And so then they kind of build this mini commune with people who want to build their own new family because they're dissatisfied with their own families. So that's kind of like how you got the two ideas in the same story. The fantastic book of Everybody's Secrets, that's about somebody who is she used to work organising literary festivals. She had a bit of a scandal and now she works at a hotel, but she's working on a book where she wants to put everybody's secrets in it. So she puts up these boxes that people submit their secrets anonymously to, and then she edits them and they go in the book. So yeah, lots of cool short stories, lots of fun. I think it's one of Sophie Hannah's best books, to be honest. I'm going to give it a strong 4 out of 5. I haven't read any of her poetry yet, although I know she does some, but certainly I liked her short stories better than her fiction novels, and I like those well enough as well. So that's where we're at. Then we have Born to Run by Christopher MacDougall. So this one's a really interesting one. It's non-fiction, basically about this guy. He goes to find the Tarahumara, I can't even say it, Tarahumara, I think is how you pronounce it. Basically a Mexican tribe of elite ultra runners. They're running dozens of miles, hundreds of miles, often barefoot as well, or if not in very homemade sandals kind of things. And so the tagline for it is: the hidden tribe, the ultra runners, and the greatest race the world has never seen. It does have a lot about running in it, but not as much as I was expecting, to be honest. A lot of it is actually more about how, in the modern world with interconnectedness, people are kind of losing their ancient ways, So, for example, there were former members of this tribe who they work on building sites now, and they've kind of lost touch with their ultra running, which is kind of a shame because it's part of their culture and part of their heritage. But really interesting read. It's one of those books I think you'd find interesting whether you're a runner or not. If you are a runner, I think it's going to kind of spur you on to want to do more of it. And then I read Nemesis by S.D. Perry, and this is just a novelization of Resident Evil Nemesis. The author has actually written a whole series of about 9-10 different books. Now I'm not too sure on the specific chronological order because it's been quite a long time since I played the games. But it does seem as though she's done a reasonable job of taking all of the disparate lore from the different games and sort of stitching them all together. I don't know how well if at all, they tie in with the movies. I guess they probably don't. I actually only picked this one up because the Resident Evil channel on YouTube has uploaded a full audio book of it, which I'll try and remember to link to below, as well as any reviews I've done of these books. And I just thought, well, as they've uploaded an audiobook, I might as well listen to it. Now, I think the issue for me is that the writing was competent enough, maybe a little bit workmanlike, but, it is what it is. But it struggled to have that same sort of sense of fear and dread that the games have, because with the games, you're never safe, and you know it. You're very aware of the fact that there could be somebody behind that door at any moment, except for when you're in the safe zones or whatever. But with the novelization, it's almost like, you know, there's a period of action and then there's calm, and then a period of action and then there's calm, which true, that's what the game is like as well. But the book didn't do as good a job of maintaining that sense of being on edge throughout, because, you know, I don't know, it just didn't. But then again, I find that with horror movies in general, like a horror movie can give you a jump scare, a horror novel can't, so they have to kind of work a little bit differently, I suppose. But yeah, it was alright. I gave it like a 3.5 out of 5. I wouldn't particularly recommend it unless you're a Resident Evil fan, but for a free book and a decent production quality, it was alright. So there we have it. Those are the 3 books that I read in the month of November. Don't ask me what's going on. I used to read a lot more, but I used to smoke, and I used to read when I smoked, and now I don't smoke. So then I moved on to reading when I was on the exercise bike, but I mostly run these days. So, and I don't travel as much as I used to. So I don't read as much as I used to. Sorry. But yeah, those are the 3 books that I read in the month of November. As always, let me know in the comments if you've read any of these books, and if so, what you thought of them. Hit that like button if you've enjoyed this video. Hit that subscribe button for more, and I will see you soon for another bookish video. Thanks a lot. Bye bye.